Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Shadowrun Dragonfall Director's Cut. In the previous episode, we made our way to the Humanist compound, making our way to the man in charge's office, and thankfully managing to convince Alexander to abandon the, Humanist Poly Club. But of course, our job's not done yet, as we still have to get out of here. And of course, that won't be easy. You burst through the door to the Humanist compound and into the crisp night air. You're not far from your extraction point. Time to go. Yep. We're going to be dealing with combat. First things first, let's get Glory's adrenaline pump going. Then have Dietrich use haste on Talia. Gonna send Talia in first. Yeah, and I'm gonna auto-fire the Humanist Mage. Wasn't enough. Because of course not. I don't know if that'll get him line of sight on everybody, though. You know, let's get him over here. That should at least get him, yep, line of sight on some people. Blitz. Good. But unfortunately, she's not dead. Glory, I'm just gonna have to use up your AP to get you moved in. Now, thankfully, our smuggler friends are still alive and will be taking shots at the Humanist members. We also have to try and make sure that at least Max survives this. Ow and ow. Just ow all around. Okay then, let's get into some better cover and blow this guy away. Or gal. Whichever. Dietrich, you get on over here next to your nephew and use Heal Wound. It's only going to get half of the damage, but half's better than none. Alexander, take an aim shot. I want to make sure you have a good chance. Oof, doesn't quite take her out. But that did. Glory! That is not at all what I wanted to do. And unfortunately I can't just quick load a save, because you're not allowed to save in the middle of combat. Hey. Hopefully it won't get her killed. See, out of ammo, but I still got the extra AP. Let's go after him so we can't make full use of that aim bonus he just got. Go after her because you got her flanked. Good, Alexander. Take a burst shot at her. Good. Good. You know, let's go for an aim buff. And then get you moved over here. Glory! Let's try to not screw up this time. Which I will admit was entirely on me. And go after the Humanist Mage. Where'd that one woman go who was here? I don't think she's dead, was she? I guess she might have been. Alright, full auto on him. Blitz. See if you can't finish him off. Good. And then spend your last AP reloading. Glory, go after this guy. Dietrich, let's just have you move up behind cover. Alexander, you start moving up too. Hey, watch where you're firing, pal. I'm on your side. I'm out of ammo. Wouldn't matter anyways, because I don't think I can get enough movement to catch up to that guy. Alexander, you move here. Please have a line of sight. You do not. Alright, fine. Glory, you move in. Start slashing them. Good. And he's down. That's all of it? And because we kept Max alive, we got extra karma. Nope, don't have enough for that. But if I'm lucky, completing this mission should give me some extra karma to spend. Anyways, let's talk to Maxim. Maxim looks up at the sound of your approach. If he's surprised to see you, he doesn't show it. Crazy night, huh? He pulls a flask from his jacket pocket and takes a long swig, then looks you in the eye. Hope that this was worth the trouble. Any luck finding our money in there? No money, but there are a few less racists in the world. All in all, I think we can call this one a win. He nods. I can live with that. Alright, let's get out of here. Thank Christ that's over with. You okay, Alexander? The young man looks shell-shocked. He holds his rifle clenched tight in his trembling hands. Yeah, Uncle Dietrich. Yeah, I'm okay, but those guys, I knew them. One of them was my bunkmate. I killed him. Couldn't be helped. Yeah, that couldn't be helped. If you hadn't, he'd have killed you. Believe it. We're gonna take you away from here. Back to the Kreuzbazaar. Get you the help that you need. Yeah. Okay, Uncle. Okay. Dietrich glances over his shoulder, locks eyes with you. Thanks for this, boss. My nephew is safe, and I owe you. One other thing. The Dragon Slayer is happy too. We just did a ballsy thing. Protected my family and gave a monster a bloody nose in the process. Hey, glad to hear that he approves. You should be. When the Dragon Slayer is pleased, he tends to be generous with his rewards. He grins. I can feel the power coursing through me, boss. Don't know what form it'll take yet, but it's there, and soon enough, I'll be able to use it. I don't mean to break this up, but we need to get moving. Kid, you're with us. The rest of you pile into that other van. You can continue having your moment when we get back to Schottenest. Yep, let's get out of here. Nothing else to it. The U-Bahn ride home feels especially comforting today. The Berlin chapter of the Humanist Poli Club has suffered a terrible blow, and you're the one who dealt it. Volker Stahl's plan to incite a wave of bloody violence across Berlin has been derailed. It isn't often that a Shadowrunner gets to prevent an atrocity on the job. Come on. There we go. We gained 8 karma. Your PDA rings and the face of your fixer, Paul Amsel, appears on screen. Talia, I have new information to discuss about the estate. Please come as soon as you can. Sure. Just let me go around and talk to people first. Hello again, mein Freundin. What can I do for you? I've uncovered what Humanus is up to. You'll find the details on this datapad. Beckenbauer eyes the plan on the datapad, then nods grimly. This fits with Humanus' established pattern of behavior. Horrific and vile. According to this datapad, Humanus compounds all over Berlin have received similar shipments. They are planning to deploy the gas tomorrow morning. He exhales sharply, then nods again. I have a feeling that the Flux State will have a thing or two to say about that. Stahl has overstepped his bounds. His hubris will be his undoing. Actually, I was his undoing. Volker Stahl is no longer among the living. That is excellent news. I am not ashamed to say that I wished the man dead. He deserved whatever you did to him. And now I'm going to see to it that the rest of his twisted organization suffers in the same way that he did. You mark my words. Within the next few hours, the Humanist Pulley Club is going to take a hammering that will make the Night of Rage look like a peace rally. I owe you a great deal, Talia. We all do. Now wire the payment to the account number that Amsel provided. Pleasure doing business with you. Now then, how's Silky doing? Yes, she mentioned you had sent her, da-da-da. Thought we already talked about this with him, but whatever. So you talk about your organization. Are you accepting donations? The new library is marvelous, Talia. You have worked miracles for the organization. Our next goal is to purchase a set of Trod nets for our new work training program. Trod nets? I have high hopes for this plan, Talia. With these devices, we could teach job skills to the least educated members of our society in a fraction of the time that it would take for them to learn on their own. With 400 Nuyen, we can make the purchase. Whatever you could spare would be most appreciated. Here. This is incredibly generous. Thank you, mein Freundin. No big deal, Sam. Do good with it. I can scarcely believe it. With this donation, we have met our penultimate goal. I will send a volunteer to the Data Haven to acquire the Trode nets. In the meantime, I will make the happy announcement to our guests. Thank you again, Talia. You will never know how important you've been to the people I serve. It was a pleasure, Samuel. Anything to help. Alright. Lane. Anything new to talk about? Just checking in. Appreciate the effort you're making, but you've got some big shoes to fill around here. Yeah, Monika was important to this place. You have no idea, but I imagine you soon will. Nothing stays secret for long in the F state. The flux demands transparency. Truth will always get out, and the truth about Monika's death is now on the breeze, flowing through the streets of Berlin. Next come visitors of uncertain intent. Some may just be bottom feeders, sniffing after leavings of the dead. Others will be hunters, looking to exploit a leaderless tribe. Well, we're all stepping up to fill the void left by Monika. The old troll rubs a thumb pensively across his single unbroken horn. You might have something there, if you can keep that group together. These are trying times ahead. Seen it before. Too many times before. Anything else you need? I wanted to hear more about the war. Lang grumbles and massages phantom pain in his synthetic legs. Damn it, why won't the world just let an old soldier fade away like MacArthur promised? You were military. Where did you serve? Back home, with the Finnish Defense Force, Jaeger Brigade. Lane clenches and unclenches a fist, either out of repressed anger or more phantom pain. His weathered face betrays nothing. The Russians thought to come at us from the north as well as the west. Through the Lapland, thinking us weaker there. They thought wrong, and the snow was painted pink on both sides of the border. Tell me more about the Euro Wars. I doubt there's much I could tell you that you wouldn't have learned in school, that you should have learned in school. Russians invaded. Hell, if I can remember why. The world was more a mess back then than it is today, if you ask me. They attacked Poland and Finland first. Poland broke within months, opening the door into Germany. I had no contacts in Berlin back then, mind you. Can't really say how bad things were here. I had battles of my own to worry about. Sorry, I won't bother you anymore. Let's see, nothing, I'll be going. Now, let's see. Let's talk to Simi. There is something important we need to talk to her about, or rather, something important we need to say. Simi Kim weaves an awkward dance through scattered refuse. Her two thin legs wobble, but she keeps her footing throughout. The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun. We could all use a little sun down here. It's not literal sun, silly. It means tomorrow will be a better day. Monika used to say something like that. When I was tired, when I was sad, when I only wanted to sleep, she would tell me that. She told me I would forget, that the pain would go away. I've lived many lives, but I've been an orphan more times than anything. It was the first story I found when I needed to get away. Anybody ever try to get you off the stims? Or Sims? But I need them! Monika understood that, and Zach says they're safe. I don't know what I'd do without them. Without them, I dream, and I don't want to dream. I don't want to remember. They help me forget. They help me be strong and smart, and I never lose anyone. Now, this is important. I'm not gonna say why, but it is. You need to tell her, better to be strong and smart in the real world. I wish I could be. So do you like it here in the Croix Bazaar? Kim turns her head so as to not look you in the eyes. Her posture is that of someone who fears the possible repercussions of her answer. It's good. I can get what I need from Zach Flash or Doc Escabel, and they let me pay however I can. Monika was always nice, and Paul Amsel, and the Angel is nice to me too, usually. I know Monika's gone now, but I can still stay, right? Of course you can stay, Kim. Thank you. Oh, thank you. I don't know what else I would do. Let's talk more another time. Alright. Oh boy. Now, I know there's a mission we can get from Gennari, but I'm not 100% sure on when. Welcome back. Need some weapons, some ammunition perhaps? Let's see what you got. Anything new? Outfits. We could get some light security. Let's check weapons, because it seems he's got new stuff in. Shame we can't sell off stuff we don't need. Okay. Got some FN Hars, some Walther. But I need higher ranged combat in order to use them. So you get more damage, less capacity. More capacity, one less damage. Let's see. Well, that's a sniper rifle, so no. I guess it's a matter of whether you want damage or capacity. Personally, considering I'd be going for heavy, going for high full auto, I'd probably go capacity. But that's not important right now. Right now we need to take a look around, see if there's anybody we need to talk to. Well, we could talk to Kami. But honestly, I think most of the talking is going to be had with other people. Hello again. I hear you've been busy. Gossip travels fast, doesn't it? It's not gossip, it's work. Survival, really. What makes it that you need to survive working like this? Well, you know Altok always says, if you do not spy, how will you know who's boss? She waves her hand as though to excuse her poor memory. Or something like that. I'm just a kid, what do I know? Intel is important, but that should be a lesson for when you're older, don't you think? Kami puffs up indignantly, and you realize how young she must really be. She couldn't be out of her teens yet. And what does that mean? Let's see. If you're really gathering intel, you need some street smarts. You're still wet behind the ears. You'd be surprised what I know, but you don't seem like the perceptive type, so that's to be expected. She practically hisses her response, her eyes suddenly narrowed and venomous. She looks down and exhales, and the clouds leave her bright face. Listen, I have better things to do right now than get ticked. We'll chat later, okay? Okay, then. Guess I pinched a nerve there. Oh well. Let's check back with Malit. Got that drone fixed yet? I do. Just finished before you arrived. There's a complication, though. What is it? The drone's got a custom AIOS stack on it. Someone wrote code that sits on the bootloader and configures the drone to only accept commands from a specific user. The thing works like a computer virus, so there's no way I can rip it out unless I got another brain from this model of drone. Before you ask, yes, I looked into that. Problem is, this is a Stolen Corp drone, a discontinued model of Stolen Corp drone. There are no spare parts for this thing on the market around here, so unless you know who locked this thing up so tightly, you're not going to get more use out of it than a doorstop. Drek. Well, I'll ask around for its owner. Thanks. I think I have a good idea who the owner is. Let's... Oh, hey Chief, how's it going? Let's see, his eyes widen when he sees the drone you're carrying. He looks anxious. Found this drone in that hotel vault. Does it belong to you? Yeah, Chief, that's mine. I didn't want to say anything at the time since it was my idea to have you loot the vault in the first place. What was it doing in there? It's my personal drone. Good to have something to hide behind when you're on a solo decking run, you know? And Luster took it from me when she seized control of the Schwarzherz, and I'd been hoping to get it back ever since. I gotta say, Chief, it hurts me to see her all banged up to hell like she was. Looked like Luster had a few of our goons take turns on my baby with a baseball bat. But it looks like you got her up and running again. How'd you manage it? Malit fixed your drone. She says it won't listen to anyone but you, though. Score, so, can I have it back? Sure, it's no use to me anyway. And with that, he now has a drone. Hey, Talia, I was hoping I'd see you. Do you have another run lined up for us yet? I'm strapped for cash. Why the hell are you strapped for cash? With the amount of work we've been doing, you should be rolling in new yen. What can I say, Chief? He tries on a thoroughly unconvincing smile, but immediately seems to think better of it. The anxious look returns to his face. I have expensive tastes. How expensive are we talking here? Even if you had a raging cram habit, I'd think you'd have at least some money left. Expensive? Truth be told, I'm in debt. In debt? To who? He hesitates before responding. When he does, his voice carries an edge of annoyance. No offense, but this is getting a little too personal, Chief. My debts are none of your business. If some bookie sends his thugs here looking for you, it's going to become my business. So talk. Now. Blitz shakes his head in exasperation. Alright, fine. First off, you don't need to worry about anyone coming after me. My debts are to a bunch of old contacts. If I don't pay them, I'm going to lose them. In this line of work, it isn't smart to burn bridges. Second, before you ask, those debts are for services rendered. I was in a tight spot, I needed some help, and I threw around a lot of IOUs to get it. Third and finally, the trouble I was involved a girl. I believe he meant I was involved in was a girl. I'll tell you about it if you ask me to, but we're verging it deep into personal feelings territory, so if you don't want to hear me sob over my ex-girlfriend, you'll drop the subject now. So, it's up to you, Chief. You really want to go down this road, or shall we keep this relationship professional? You're clearly preoccupied with this. In our line of work, preoccupied can get you killed. So spit it out and we'll deal with it. Blitz meets your gaze for a moment, then looks away and sighs. Alright. Where to begin? I met Emily in Drogenkip. She was the first person who was ever more important to me than myself. I was crazy about her, Chief. To this day, she's the only person I've ever met who could out-deck me. And the real kicker is that she wasn't even a decker by trade. There was nothing she wasn't good at. I like to dabble in rigging, but Emily? That girl could pick up anything she set her mind to. Sounds like a hell of a girl. She was. She made things right. No matter how stupid I was, no matter what I got myself into, she made it right. I don't think much of many people, Chief. Emotional attachments aren't really my thing. See, love seems like a diluted word these days, so I won't waste it on Emily. Let's just say she was important to me. And then I lost her. I didn't know what was happening. It came out of nowhere. One day she was just gone, along with most of my decking gear. The only explanation was a handwritten note on old-fashioned paper. Leave me alone. That was it. We'd been together for years, and that was all she left me. That and this beat-up old cyber deck. Naturally, I freaked. We'd had our share of arguments, but we'd never had a huge blowout or anything. Couldn't think of anything that'd drive her to do a thing like that. Mostly, I felt hurt, so I searched for her, in the real world and in the Matrix. And when that turned up nothing, I started tapping my contacts. And that was when I started racking up debt. And so, did you find her? No, she's gone, Talia. Without a trace. I looked high, I looked low, I poked into everything I could think of, and my contacts did the same. He shakes his head. She's gone, Chief. At this point, I've accepted that, but I stopped to repay those debts. I'm surprised you've given up so easily. There must be some place you haven't looked. He blinks. I don't know, Talia. I really did look everywhere, and at great personal cost. If she means that much to you, you owe it to yourself to try. Yeah, you might be right. He shakes his head. F. I thought I was done with this, but you're right. Without some kind of closure, I'm never going to be at peace with this. Thanks for the talk, Chief. I'll let you know how it goes. You do that, Blitz. Good luck. Any thoughts on the last run you'd like to share? Never been a big fan of pulley clubs in general, let alone a bunch of swine like Humanus. How an idiot like Stahl could attract so many followers is beyond me. On the plus side, he's dead now, so that's good. He shrugs. I don't know, boss. If you're hoping for something more profound, I'd talk to one of the others. Yeah, I'll talk to you later, Blitz. Dante! Who's a good boy? You look down and see a pair of bright eyes set into a scruffy face looking up at you. Dante, Monika's old dog. Looking down into those huge brown eyes, you see intelligence and sadness. Pet? Yay. Before we talk to Paul, if we even get the time today, let's talk to Dietrich. You really came through for me, boss. If you ever need anything from me, anything at all, then you can call on me. I'll come running. Yeah, I feel like Dietrich kind of got somewhat shafted in the director's cut in that he didn't get his own personal quest like the other members of the team do. How's Alexander holding up? He's a good kid, that nephew of mine. Give him some time and he'll shake Stahl's programming. It might take a while, but he'll adjust to life here in the Kreuz Bazaar. And in the meantime, I found a good home for him. Samuel has agreed to take him in. Is that wise? Samuel's employees have no love for Humanus. Most of them don't even like humans. Best thing for the kid will be to learn through immersion. If he stays with Samuel's group, he'll have no choice but to interact with metahumans. Soon enough, he'll learn that they're no different than anyone else. First few days will be rough, no question, but he'll make it through, and come out the other side a better man for it. Time will tell, I suppose. He nods. Yeah, that's right. It will. And when push comes to shove, he'll do the right thing, just like he did with Stahl. You'll see. Now, unto other things. Remember what I was telling you back before we climbed into the van? Yeah, you were saying that the Dragon Slayer was happy and that you'd been given a reward. That's right. Thanks to our, let's not mince words, heroic actions back in that swine pit, the Dragon Slayer has seen fit to grant me his favor. His grin widens. And now I know what that means, and what I can do with it. Well, don't keep me in suspense. He gestures at the ground near his feet. This. As you watch, the spot that Dietrich is pointing at begins to glow. Lines of force spread out in a scintillating web, and a feeling of raw power suffuses your body. 1 second, I just got a text. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. Phone call, as well as a text. Where was I? As you watch, the spot that Dietrich is pointing at begins to glow. Lines of force spread out in a scintillating web, and a feeling of raw power suffuses your body. I've just torn open a channel between myself and the Dragon Slayer. That power you feel is his power, pouring through the aether and into that spot. If you're familiar with ley lines, it's the same basic concept. I consecrate a patch of ground, and as long as I stand in that spot, all of my magic gets stronger. He crosses his arms over his chest. Not bad, huh? What about another major shaman? Could somebody else benefit from one of these channels, too? He shrugs. Don't see why not. Like I said, it's basically a ley line. As long as you're on the Dragon Slayer's good side, I don't see why you couldn't use it. My idol, he isn't stingy with his gifts. So yeah, we basically have a means of creating ley lines wherever we need them. Anyways, boss, I want to keep fiddling with this, learning to properly control it, and I'm sure that you've got things to do as well. You take care of whatever else needs doing, and by our next run, I'll be ready to use this. Sounds good. Take care, Dietrich. You too, boss. Okay, I realize we're out of time, but I am going to talk to the others, and I would like to get our payment. As you approach, Iger turns to face you. Her rifle has been field stripped and is lying in pieces on a sheet of butcher paper. Arranged in neat rows along the edges of the paper are bottles of copper solvent, bore cleaner, and the lighter fluids. Our fearless leader returns. What did you need? You said that you had concerns about me. I'd like you to voice them. She shrugs. Alright, that's what you want. You're green, Talia. Too green to lead this team. That's my professional assessment, and yeah, I'm concerned about the situation. You can alleviate those concerns by doing your job and doing it well. The only thing that'll fix this is time. I'm not going to let history repeat itself, Talia. That won't happen on my watch. What history are you talking about? Let's just say that I've had bad luck with underexperienced teammates and leave it at that. So, was there something else that you wanted to talk about, or can I get back to cleaning my rifle? Tell me about your time in KSK. She shakes her head. No, I'm not in the habit of sharing war stories, Talia. Not with people who've never served. What, you think that I wouldn't understand? No, it isn't that. You've been under fire before. You'd get it. But I don't want to share war stories with civilians. You may be a Shadowrunner, but you were never a soldier. It doesn't have to be a war story. I just want a better idea of who I'm running with. She looks you in the eyes for a moment, evaluating. Finally, she shrugs. Alright, Talia, you win. I owe everything to my time in the KSK from my street name on down. So, tell me what you want to know and we'll see where it goes. Okay? Tell me where you got your street name. Back when I was in basic training, a fellow recruit made a vulgar joke at my expense. He said that I reminded him of the north face of the Eiger in the Bernese Alps. Huge and beautiful, but dangerous to climb. His tone left little doubt as to what sort of climbing he had in mind. I think that he was trying to proposition me, in his clumsy way, poking me in front of the other recruits to try and provoke a reaction. She shrugs. Anyway, he got one. I broke 3 of his ribs and the name stuck. Remind me not to proposition you. A frown crosses her face. Either you're trying to be cute or you've completely missed the point. Neither would surprise me. I didn't break his ribs because he propositioned me, Talia. I'm not a goddamn savage. I put that recruit down because he demeaned me, and he did it in front of our peers. And so you got angry and you attacked him. That about right? Yeah, it is. And I had a damn good reason to be angry. If you can't see that, you're even more clueless than I thought. One way or another, I was getting saddled with the name Eiger. As soon as that idiot made his little joke, it was a foregone conclusion. My only choice in the matter was whether it happened under his terms or under mine. If I hadn't broken that twit's ribs, the name Eiger would have meant a difficult sexual conquest to a whole barracks full of recruits. And that's what I would have been to them from now on. That's what I would have been to them from that point on. Thanks to what I did, my new name meant the troll who doesn't take shit from anyone instead. Tell me, Talia, which would you rather be? Second one. Sorry, Eiger. You did the right thing. Damn right I did. Out in the field, nothing will kill you faster than losing the respect of your team. I'd remember that if I were you. You know, Eiger, by that logic, I should have broken your ribs after Monika died. In your place, I would have. She looks you up and down, appraising you. Not that you'd have succeeded if you tried, but in terms of saving face, it would have done wonders. In all seriousness, Talia, I'm sorry that I put you in that position. I shouldn't have, and I acknowledge that. Anything else, or can I get back to prepping for our next run? Tell me about your team. Fair enough. Fair enough, I guess you've earned that. There were 8 of us. 2 commando squads working together in a single unit. Schmidt and Lang were combat deckers, Wolf was our rigger and combat engineer. Fischer handled demolitions, Braun was a medic, and the rest of us, Metzger, Kruger, and myself were weapons experts. Our mission was extraterritorial, technically illegal, but important enough to justify the risk. We'd been sent across the border into Poland. The Russian mafia had set up a cottage industry in human trafficking all along the Oder-Neisse line. It was our job to disrupt it. With etiquette of security, you can get a little more. But hey, go on. We were a good team, experienced. We went through a lot together and we chalked up a lot of kills. In our own way, I'd like to think we did some good. Who was in command? Metzger, best leader I've ever had the pleasure of serving under. Her face clouds. He was a hell of a man. But he went down with the rest of the team. Everyone but me. What happened to the team? She shakes her head. No, that's one story I won't be telling. They died, that's all you need to know. Okay. No more questions. Ugh. Sure thing, Fearless Leader. Good talk. Oof. No, I said that I wanted to talk to everybody, but I think I'm going to have to save glory for the next episode. I will, however, be grabbing my pay. Let's see. Jobs Directory. Claim payment for Humanist Data Seal. Now, even though it said 22,000, we don't get much because a lot of it gets divided. You submit the job as finished and wait for your client's response. A moment later, a message pops onto the screen. Talia, here's your payment, as promised. It's Beckenbauer. A moment later, a second message pops into your inbox, your payment details. Payment from client 22,500. Strange that we got the extra 500, but whatever. Deductions for crew salary, 6 grand. That would be much higher if we had paid other people to join us. Ammunitions and resupply costs, 1,500. Automatic deductions for Alice funds, 11,250. Remainder sent to Talia's account, 3,750. Yeah. At least half of all your contract jobs are going to be going to the Alice funds. So you're not going to get a ton from these jobs, but it's better than nothing. Alright, I'm going to walk away. We'll take care of that rest in the next episode. So for now, I'm going to have to end it off here for today. If you guys like what you see, please leave a like, subscribe for future content. Don't forget to hit that bell icon to get notifications for when I upload, or to hit the straw pulling to vote for our next Let's Play. And please, leave a comment down below this video. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thanks for watching.